All right, guys. So we're just going to be diving right into reverse dynamic content. And this is basically a mechanism that allows you to book 3 to 5 meetings per day with your offer, guaranteed. I can promise you that. So right now, this is kind of where you guys are at, right? And this is, I've been here before. A lot of people are here right now. So it's no shame, but this is where you guys are at. And this is a terrible formula. And I'm going to explain why. So right now you have an offer and you 200 people per day see your offer, right? Let's say you're doing 200 outbound per day, or you're doing a mix of content and you get 200 people to see it per day. And luckily, you get 2 calls per week with inconsistent, unqualified leads, right? That's where you currently are. This is a disaster right here, right? All it's going to do is make you, extremely anxious in your business, make you feel like a slave to your business, and it's going to cause burnout, which is terrible, right? So you don't want to be here. So let's go to like the equation, right? So right now you have an offer that nobody wants, and you're dishing out low volume to it. This equals a life that is very sad with no hoes, right? You don't want to do that. You want to have an offer the market wants, the right equation. So we want to have an offer people want. We want a lot of people to see it. We want a happy life. We want hoes, right? So how do we fix this? We need to give the market what they want. We need to push volume with it. This is going to cause us to have a very good life full with clients that pay us a lot of money and all the women you can imagine, right? This is what we want. We don't want this. So how do we actually get this? So let's just go all the way to the top from what we should have did from the beginning that we did not do for some godforsaken reason. This is what we should have did from the beginning, right? We should have asked the source. And what do I mean by ask the source? Essentially, what a lot of people do is they just funnel hack somebody, and all that does is create a commoditized offer. Everybody tells you just the funnel hack, go to somebody else's offer, just copy the same exact thing, and never ask the market what they want, right? You sell what you want to sell, but not what the market sells. And this is a terrible decision to make, right? And I think my theory, the reason that people do this, they just give people what they want. I mean, give people what, we think is good without even asking, is because people are naturally stubborn. That's the only thing that, naturally selfish, and they aren't really being considerate of what the market actually wants when literally the market pays. That's just a weird concept to me, right? You should not start any offer or sell any offer without knowing the specifics of the actual market, right? You want to know where their dream state is at. We want to know where they want to be, right? Those are two things that we definitely want to know. Where the market is currently at, where they want to be, and why they aren't there. This is going to allow us to craft everything else around it. Everything else becomes easy after this, right? The niche that you're going to choose, the offer that you're going to pick, the fulfillment method that you're going to use, the content that you're going to post. But if you just, if you don't get any info from the market, it's like, how can you expect to sell something that the market wants? Like, how can you expect to transact value with the market? It just doesn't work that way. So there's two ways of going about this, right? Either you have an audience and you can literally just tap into your audience, and like what you're going to do, schedule some free consulting calls with your audience. And on this call, you're going to treat it like a sales call. You're going to find out their desired state, or you're going to find out their current state. You're going to find out the impact of their current state emotionally, how it's been affecting their life, how long it's been going on, have they sought out any resources to help with that current state. Then you're going to find out the desired state, the impact that will have on their life, when do they want to achieve it, how would that affect them in other areas of their business and stuff like that. Then you want to find out why they aren't there yet, what's been stopping them, and what they think they need to get them, cross that edge, right? Those are the two things that you want to figure out. That's the easy way to do it. And if you don't have an audience, you're going to have to do something that I call hunting. So let's just go hunting together. I'm going to show you. So what you want to do if you don't have an audience, like, why is this not working? Let's draw. All right. So yeah, if you don't have an audience, you have to go hunting. This is what hunting looks like. So this is one of, somebody inside of my niche that sells an offer similar to mine, right? His name's Serge Guitar. So what I would do to go hunting, I'm going to look at videos from Serge Guitar that are the most popular, right? These are what people are interested in. 3 things to book 100 calls per week, 3 secrets that allow me to make 100K per week, how to get clients for your short form offer, how to book 100 meetings per week. So obviously the people that are interested in watching Serge, since he's kind of like a one of the top guys in this niche are interested in, getting their calendar filled up, and they're interested in selling and scaling their agencies, right? So in the sense like this, you now know what people are interested in. You know their desire, right? We need to find out their current state, why they aren't at that desire yet, and what that desire would do for them. And how we do this, right? Like it's just building offers around what people are interested in, right? You're not going to copy this exact offer, but we can at least figure out the current state of our audience and build something tailored to them, right? So it's a couple ways you can do this. So let's just click on this video, right? So one, I can go in the comments, see if there's anybody in the comments I can interact with. There's not, right? Next thing I can do is I can join his free Facebook group. I can join his free Facebook group, and I can go in there and I can ask people the questions that I want to ask them, right? And essentially what I want to do, I want to figure out why people, I want to figure out where people are currently at that watch this content. I want to figure out where they want to be. I want to figure out, what could get them there, right? I want to figure out everything that can allow me to solidify those two states, the current state and the desired states. Those are the two most important things that you need for this method to work. And you want to figure out the gap in between that, right? So how you do this, you go inside of these groups, you talk to people, and you don't go in empty-handed, right? You already want to have some value that you can provide to people, that you can actually nurture relationships with people, and you're going to get these questions and answers out of them, right? And that's going to allow you to put together those two states to craft your offer. And that's kind of why we call it the reverse dynamic content method, right? That's because, like, it's literally, instead of just assuming what the market wants, you go directly to the source and everything comes after that. So it's kind of the reverse. Instead of me just making an offer and I post content out of it, there's no feedback loop. Instead, I go straight for feedback by asking the source. So I get the feedback, then I tailor my niche, my offer, my fulfillment method, and my content strategy off of that, and I consistently reiterate it. So this is where we should have started at, right? And this is where we're going to go. Now we can create a quantifiable offer based on a quantifiable results. So let's look at an example. Book 100 meetings per week. Like, a lot of people don't have a quantifiable result. And literally without a quantifiable result, you won't make any money, because, like, what are you actually, like, what's the value transaction that you're giving somebody? It needs to be quantifiable. If you're selling a B2B offer to another business owner, they don't care about anything else except for the actual quantifiable result. Like, what's the ROI? What's the direct ROI that they can see? What's their desire, right? And we're going to get these desires just by asking the market directly. As I can see with Serge, his audience cares about getting 100 meetings booked per week. So maybe I can craft an offer, how to book 100 meetings per week, but I'm still going to have other factors inside of it that could separate myself from Serge and not make it a commodity, right? And we're going to dive deep into that. So the next step is to decrease the time delay of it. So when can you guarantee this, right? 30 days, 60 days, et cetera, et cetera. It needs to be based on something that you can actually provide, right? If you just are out here just saying shit to anybody, any type of offer, your offer is going to crumble and it's just going to hurt, right? It's going to be even worse than what you were experiencing before, right? So with your offer, you want to have the dream outcome, the quantifiable result, and you want to have the time for achieving that, right? So the next step is this, right? And this is what is going to separate us from Serge. So you want to figure out what our needs can do without. We want to figure out how can we kill their common beliefs and their false beliefs before they hop on the call. This is how we sell them, right? Because the only thing that people care about, right, is how fast they can get there and how easy it's going to be to get there. So we can provide a solution. Like, if we have the insight on their current state and we know the insight on their desired state, and we can provide them a solution that's going to be easy and fast, right? And something that they haven't experienced before that's hurted their success, we're going to be able to steal that, that prospect from the market opposed to somebody else that doesn't have that. So essentially, I want to say this again. You want to have a current state, you want to know their current state, you want to know their desired state, and you want to provide them a product that can bridge the gap easy and fast for them, right? Meaning you need to have inside of your offer something that kills their false beliefs and common objections and the amount of effort and sacrifice that they can, that they have to do, right? So essentially this will look like, let's say if your audience they've only been sold on offers to book 100 meetings per week while spending money on ads. Well, let's say if you have a mechanism that can allow them to book 100 meetings per week without spending a dime on ads, maybe you can say how to book 100 meetings per week without spending a dime on ads, right? To kind of kill some of that sales resistance before they hop on the sales call. And then you create a sales asset where you're actually talking and you're breaking down how the mechanism actually works. You kill every single bad experience that they've had in that process to include it in your offer. So this is what's going to really, really separate you, right? This is going to be super key. I cannot stress this enough, right? Because people, they know their current state, they know their desired state, and the only reason they aren't there is because they don't have a vehicle that can get them there fast, easy, and something that doesn't mess with their subconscious mind that tells them that they cannot do it, right? And that's based on their past experiences. So we want to kill all of that doubt, right? We want to provide something that they can be certain will work for them, and we do that by bridging that gap with a really, really good solution. So that's the next part of the offer. And the last part is just increasing your perceived value. So what case studies do you have, right? I see a lot of people, they outreach to somebody. And if you don't have case studies, you can leverage other people's, right? But I see a lot of case studies. I see a lot of instances where people outreach to somebody or they try to acquire attention without any type of social proof. And the reason you need social proof is because people literally conform to what they deem to be the correct behavior. Meaning, if I can show you somebody that's similar to you that has gotten results, you're more likely to believe that because it resonates with you, right? It's like it builds rapport and connection with you. And if I don't have that, it's like, where's my authority? I don't have any. Like, why would they listen to me? So you need to increase your perceived value. So when you're reaching out to people, like this is what I personally do. Hey, and I'll say their name. We recently just got these results for this person. Right? I'll explain the situation and I'll say something along the lines of, I think we could really, really similar results for you. Would you be open to et cetera, et cetera? And then like digging more into discovery and all that type of stuff. But you really want to include case studies or something that can increase the validation of your mechanism or your theory, right? If you can have something that validates that, of that actually happening for them, that'll be good. And it doesn't even have to be, a case study. Maybe it can be like your story, your background story that increases your perceived value, that people fall in love with, that makes them fall in love with your thesis or your bold claim, right? Because the whole thing, a part of this reverse dynamic content system, you have to provide a new opportunity, like I just stated here, something that they haven't experienced before. Let's say how to book 100 meetings per week without spending a dime on ads. And you need to have a story that people can fall in love with that backs that up. Meaning something that you went through, why when you were working with ads, like all the conflicts you faced, why it never worked for you. And then you kind of want to bridge the gap of, okay, what the epiphany moment that you had that kind of changed everything, the plan that you set out, and then the achievement that you gotten from going through your mechanism, right? And you want to make them fall in love with that. So that's also a way to increase your perceived value. So this is how this looks. Let's go from increased value, right? And this is how this is going to look. We're going to now be able to target a sub-market, right? A sub-niche. This is what we call the nucleus. And we're going to be able to hit them with as much XP as possible, meaning 100 here, 100 here, 100 here, 100 here, 100 here. A lot of people just do 200 outreach and that's it. Or they get 200 views and that's it, right? Sorry about that. We want to put out volume, right? People underestimate the amount of volume that you have to like put out to win. You don't want 200 people to see your mechanism. If you really believe in your mechanism and you believe that this is wholeheartedly the only way for people to succeed, and you believe that it's your duty to snatch these people before your prospects, you have a moral obligation to get as many people to see, your offer, right? And how do you do this? You hit up a lot of people, right? They'll get banned, but you hit up a lot of people. You post a lot of content. You go into groups where people, like where your ICP is at, and you post free content inside of there. You get a lot of people to see your mechanism and buy into your thesis, right? You do this by providing value through content and just by doing outreach, right? Just acquiring attention on your assets. And when you're acquiring attention, you don't want to just outreach to nobody empty-handed. You want to record something like this, a quick video where you can break down your thesis and send it to them, and it addresses where they're currently at. It addresses where they want to be, and it addresses the vehicle for them to get there, right? That way it can knock out all their common objections on the front end and get you leads booked on the call. So you want to put out a lot of volume. Like this is the way that you get like the meetings booked, right? But like this is a part of the way of you getting meetings booked, but the whole mechanism of reverse dynamic content, which is going to allow you to get qualified meetings booked, right? It's just volume put out, getting a lot of attention on it, and then having insight on where your prospect is at in their journey. Right? That's the only two things that you need to have. You need to do a lot of it. So XP here, XP here, XP here, XP here, XP here, XP here. Just hit them from every single angle, right? And let's say somebody says no, right? Let's say somebody says no to when you're outreaching. All you need to do is give them free shit. Just give them free shit. And those are going to be your sales assets. You're going to make sales assets based on where your prospect is at, where they want to be, and a vehicle that can get them there. If they say no to your outreach, they're not interested in booking a call, well, then you're going to say something along the lines of, well, hey, man, would you be interested in this free guide on how I did yada, yada, yada? I think it may be really beneficial for your situation. Why would they say no to free shit? Now, once you do this, you now have a chance to hit them with XP again later on, follow up with them after they've watched your sales asset to get them on a call, right? So all you have to do is just a cycle. Getting people to see your offer, get an intention on it, and then having the right mechanism that can get them there. And you understand the mechanism by going through this reverse dynamic content method, right? You do everything in reverse, in opposed to everything goes. All right. You want to forget about everything goes, just only do this, right? And when this works, you have the right equation, right? You have an offer that the market wants with heaps of volume, and you have a happy life, right? You have a happy life by doing this. You have meetings booked every single day. Prospects have already bought into your thesis. They've already bought into the story behind your thesis, and they're ready for you to give them the mechanism to get them to their dream outcome, right? And this is the exact method that we use for our clients to get them meetings booked every single day, right? So I know that this is validated and I know that this works. Literally, it's just a matter of you going hunting or cultivating an audience that can buy into your thesis and your mechanism for getting them there, right? So I also do want to say over here, if you are kind of confused on that model, I do have a step-by-step document on how you can actually just like read this and just implement it directly into your business. This breaks down the concept even more. It goes really, really in detail on everything, right? So this will be really, really good for you guys as well. I'm going to link this into the description, and I'm also going to link, and also inside of this, you'll find how we use this for Chris to get him from $0 month over month to $10,000 in 3 days with his offer. Literally by finding the right mechanism and acquiring attention on that mechanism, right? So this is going to be extremely valuable for you guys. I cannot stress that enough. So if you are somebody that is interested in implementing into this business, this is what I want you to do, right? Either one, you can do this by yourself because I know you can do this and get those meetings booked per day. However, it does take, time away from you actually fulfilling your services with your clients. It could take time, and sometimes hunting can be annoying, right? But if you're somebody that just wants to have this implemented directly into your business, you want to get those meetings booked ASAP. You don't want it to take a long time. You're tired of, putting in work every single day and not seeing the results. You just want to go ahead and get those meetings booked. This is what I can do for you, right? You can go to the link down below. You can book a walkthrough call with my team, and we're going to provide you the life that you deserve, right? And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to build out the product market fit for you. So meaning we're going to build out your reverse dynamic content strategy, right? Not only are we going to do that, we're going to distribute the content for you, right? We're going to bring in a high performance growth team that can actually close these deals for you and guarantee that your prospects actually pay you from the leads that we're generating, right? We're going to be giving you data from all the campaigns that we've run to, be able to validate this idea. So you'll also have data to be able to run with your thesis, right? And you'll literally just be able to have the time to focus on fulfilling your clients because your back end, your systems, your data, all that stuff is managed, right? So if you're somebody that wants to live the life that you deserve, you want to get those meetings booked every single day, and you want to make more money and get more hoes, then I want you to book a call below. Me and my team will take care of you, and we'll give you the life that you deserve, right? So that's pretty much it with this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram. That's in the description below as well. And you can also join the Facebook group where we'll be posting value every single day. That'll be super beneficial for you guys, right? So that's pretty much it with this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.